Upon a time in Minnesota, there was a florist shop, cleverly named Flower You Doing. It was not next to a prison, I promise. And in this flower shop was a small town of snails, which grew into a medium-sized town of snails, which then grew into a larger town of snails. In this town of snails, there are two different types of snails. The ones that glow and the ones that don't glow.
The lady who owned the flower shop noticed the snails and decided to get a cat, Mr. Whiskers.
Let me tell you, Mr. Whiskers was not a very nice cat at all. You're looking at the face of a cold-blooded killer. One night while the snails were sleeping, Mr. Whiskers took his first prey. He could only see the glowing snails because he was partially blind due to a boating accident in his youth. Every night after that, Mr. Whiskers came back, eating only glowing snails. Soon, there were none left. The remaining members of the town had a meeting and decided which was their bravest warrior. And then they sent her to go talk to Mr. Whiskers. Thankfully, the two of them negotiated a peace. What happened that day in Minnesota was a prime example of natural selection. Everyone lived happily ever after, the end.